Good morning, everybody. Saturday morning, just on the way back from the gym. In the gym early this morning. I'm going to do my my weigh-in and then make some breakfast. So last week I was 286.4 pound. It was the first week in months and months that I actually gained weight, but for obvious reasons. So let's see how I got on this week. I had a pretty good week all around, so should be a good result. Let's see. 281.6. So almost 5 pound down. I'll take that all day. So down another 5 pound this week. I'm extremely happy. Right back on track now after my blip, should I say, last week. So it's all good. Everything's good. I'm going to make some videos, like I said, about my diet, about what I'm eating on a daily basis. And I've decided to do it, the easiest way for me to do it, time-wise and stuff like that, is to do it over 4 videos. I'll do one for breakfast, one for lunch, one for dinner, and then a 4th video for what I'm snacking on and what I'm having between meals, and just general stuff that I'm picking at throughout the day. It's not too complicated, there's no fancy ingredients, nothing like that. It's just the foods that have been generally accepted that work. A good balanced diet, I would call it, and keeps me full as well, which is my number one priority. If I feel full, then I'm less likely to mess up. So the first video will be breakfast. It's not going to be too complicated because if you've been following my channel up to now, you know that I've only been eating one thing really for breakfast, and that's porridge. So I just start off by saying that up to now, like for the previous 10 years of my life, having breakfast, and I know this is a problem that so many people struggle with. I hear it all of the time, and I was the worst culprit throughout my whole adult life. I never ever had breakfast, ever. I just got up and went to work. That was it. There was no mention of food, nothing in the morning, up out of bed and out the door. It was a combination of things. I was too lazy. I didn't have anything prepared. I didn't have the right ingredients just to get it ready and have it convenient. I was too late. I was getting up out of bed at the wrong times and rushing out the door to work. Never even entered my head, and it would probably be around lunchtime before I even thought about food. So automatically there, I was setting myself up for a huge fail. That can never last. I mean, if you start off the day wrong, it's just going to like snowball effect. You're going to be craving junk food then by lunchtime. If you don't have it then, by the time you get home in the evening, you're definitely going to binge on crappy food. There's no doubt about it. That's what I've done for so long, and I know that's what happens. So yeah, this video is just going to be about breakfast. When I did try to lose weight in the past, I did experiment with eating porridge, and it was something I could never ever take to. Even a few people that I'm talking to now said they just can't seem to stomach porridge at all. I used to think it tasted like soggy or wet cardboard. It wasn't appetizing in any way. But I managed to find a couple of ways that I'm making it more appealing. And I'd even say now at this stage, I actually find it tasty. I'm not just saying that. I genuinely enjoy porridge in the mornings by making these few changes that I made. So the first thing, obviously, are the porridge or the oats themselves. I'm not too particular about what brand I use. This one is, I'm not even sure, it's just a Canadian brand. But I've used many different types over the last few months. I think the majority of them are the same when you look at the ingredients and stuff. The only thing I do check for is that they're 100% whole grain. After that, I'm not too bothered. So that's what I start with. Probably the biggest change I've made, or the biggest improvement I can think of that I've made to porridge, is by substituting regular milk for almond milk. I'm lucky in that I never really used normal milk much at all. If I'm having tea or coffee or anything like that, I would have it black generally. I'm having green tea now, so no need for milk, and when I'm having coffee, I always have it black. I used to have regular milk in my cereal and stuff, but I was never too bothered about it. So this one here is the brand I used, Almond So Fresh. Yeah, Canada proud. Again, it doesn't matter, I've used many different types. The calories are a lot less, but besides all of the health benefits and stuff, I just find it's so much tastier. Obviously almonds, I like almonds anyways. and it makes it really, really tasty. So in the pot I use almond milk, and I just put the porridge in and I make them that way. It's much, much nicer. I have tried many times in the past with regular milk, and I have to say this beats it hands down. So after my porridge is prepared, it's in the pot, it's ready for serving along with my almond milk. Then I start to think about what toppings am I going to have to make it tastier, to make it nicer, make it go down easier. And this is mostly what I use, some variation of this. So the thing that really does it for me is fruit and berries and nuts. This is what done it for me, from going to having to force porridge down, to try and force it down in the morning, to actually now enjoying it. And this was the main reason for that. The main ones I use are strawberries and blueberries. They're my favourite. I have them like a few times a week. Other ones I use are chopped bananas. Some other fruit that I don't have here that I do use would be sliced apple, raspberries, blackberries, anything like that. I don't think you can go wrong. Whatever you find the most tastiest, but for me, blueberries is the winner. That's my absolute favourite, and then just add in a few others. I do use nuts sometimes, hazelnuts or things like that, but my most favourite nut of all is almonds. And I use almond milk and sometimes almond butter. That's just my favourite, and I think it has the most health benefits as well, so it's a win-win. Some of the other stuff I use to mix it up even more is I use natural seeds. So I only have two here, but I use flax seed, sunflower seed, pumpkin seed. There's crazy health benefits to these as well, besides from the fact that what it does to the porridge. The reason I like it in the porridge is because it gives it a bit of crunch, and a lot more texture to it. I just think it makes it just taste a lot nicer. But besides that, they have so many healthy oils, heart healthy oils, omega, high source of fibre, lowers cholesterol, any health benefits you can think of. I think these guys do it. You can buy like a big bag of those or a container of those mixed even, and just keep them in the press. They last, I don't know if they go off or not, but they last so long. And yeah, that just gives you another variation if you want to spice it up a bit even more. Another thing that I use is natural yogurt or Greek yogurt. Generally I get the plain one, but as you can see there's bits in this one here. That's just, there's grains going through that. So that was just the type I tried this time, but generally it's just plain. And what I would do is just take a couple of spoons of that and just literally dollop it on top of my porridge. Makes it so creamy, along with the almond milk as well. It's honestly, I'm so surprised because all of this stuff here in porridge actually makes porridge like 10 times nicer. And I'm like I said, I'm gone to a stage now where I not just eating it for the sake of eating it to get it down. I actually enjoy the taste, and it's all down to this stuff here. That's what I use when I'm having this. Generally, the other thing I'll have with that, because I wouldn't use like berries or seeds with this. Generally, if I'm having yogurt, what I'd have is a couple of spoons of peanut butter. I like almond butter, as I said, but for almond butter, you'd have to remortgage your house nearly to buy a jar of that. It's so crazy expensive. So sometimes I get it, but in general, I would just have this lying around. Peanut butter. The brand or the make, I don't think is too important. The only thing I did look out for was to get the unsweetened, unsalted type. So I would take just a couple of spoons of that along with a couple of spoons of yogurt, put them on top of my porridge, mix it all up, and then Bob's your uncle. And one other thing that I've only recently started to try is 100% honey. I've never really liked honey or tried honey much in the past, but it's just if I wanted to make it a bit sweeter without adding sugar or any artificial sweeteners, this is 100% natural, and you can just drizzle this over your porridge with anything else that you're having. I would have the honey on top of any combination of this. It's just that bit extra at the end. It makes it that bit nicer. So when I have that's what I have every day, guys. I have like some variation of that. I have that probably 6 mornings a week, sometimes even 7 mornings a week, and it does me. It lasts me up until lunchtime, keeps me full, keeps me satiated. I'm not craving, and that's the number one goal. I always have a hot beverage as well with my porridge. Mostly what I have green tea. The health benefits to green tea as well, if you do some research, I've done some research myself, are crazy. So instead of regular tea, I just have green tea, Lipton or any brand, doesn't matter. And I usually get lemon and lime, have a couple of slices of that in a small container in my fridge, and I would just use that in my green tea as well to make it give it a bit more flavour. And then I always, in the morning as well, while I'm eating this or while I'm drinking that, I would always have a pint of cold water as well. I'd either have that before I leave or during my meal. And yeah, that's really it, guys, for breakfast. That's it. There's not much different types of breakfast as such. It's really only porridge. The only other stuff I could possibly have on a rare occasion would be maybe some wholemeal toast, like brown toast, with some scrambled egg or something like that. Or if I'm going out for breakfast, sometimes I have like pancakes with bacon. That's very, very rare, and that would be considered a treat. But 99% of the time, that's my breakfast, and it does the job for me. So that's it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that video on my breakfast. I'll be doing 3 more, 1 for lunch, 1 for dinner, and 1 for snacks. They'll be coming up over the next couple of weeks. In addition to that, today is Saturday, so tomorrow Sunday will be my long run in training for my preparation for my half marathon, which is coming up now in 10 weeks. So as I said, every Sunday I'm going to try to increase my distance by about 10 to 15%. Yeah, and that'll be tomorrow. My training's going pretty well. Like I said, I had the week before this week, I was off work completely on vacation. My brother visited, so I'm glad to be back to the run of things now. I've focused again. Everything's going very well. I had a great week, feeling great, feeling energetic. And yeah, until next time, thanks a lot for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please share my video. And as always, it's WontFitGetFit, over and out.